Learn your shears. This is going to help you take your haircuts to the next level by learning your different types of shears and how to use them. So I'm going to start off with the normal shears, okay, the straight ones. Here I have an example of two different ones. I like the ones where it has a little knob here that you can just kind of spin around, okay? But there's so many different kinds. That's just what I prefer. But you're gonna want to have a longer one, which would be used for your comb. So when you're doing shear over comb, and then you're gonna want to have a smaller one when you're actually picking up the hair and using your fingers to cut. You're not gonna want to be using this long one if you can only cut. Or you should never pass your knuckles anyway, so it'll make it a lot easier using a smaller one. So you're gonna want to have like a 5-inch or whatever your hand feels more comfortable with, and then like a 6.5, 7.5. So, and know when to use it. So like I said, this is more for cutting a large amount of hair. So you're gonna be using your comb, so for shear over comb, and then you're gonna be using this one most of the time when you pull the hair out. I mean, you're gonna use the comb, but when you pull it out and you're using it to go over your fingers, you're gonna want a smaller one. And then another thing is look up videos on how to adjust them. You know, this already is too loose. You're gonna wanna keep it to like when you hit it down, it closes about halfway. So you're gonna wanna learn how to adjust them yourself. You're gonna want to learn how to know when to get them sharpened, which it'll be pulling or, so that's for another video, but you definitely, these are the ones you're gonna wanna have. Okay, so next I have these blending shears, or they're also called thinning shears. So this is used primarily to help blend a little better. So if you've already used your shears or the clippers and there's certain spots that you want to blend better, that's when these would come in, because they're not gonna put such a harsh line, especially if the hair is very thick, or there's certain spots that you just want to soften. You would use these. These are not texturizing shears. These are thinning shears. This is what a texturizing shear would be, because the teeth are a lot bigger. They take big chomps. So this one is a texturizing shear. Sorry, this is a texturizing shear. This is a thinning shear. So you're not going to be wanting to use this on the side of the hair just to like even out stuff. This is more when you want to take big chunks off, usually off the top of the hair, or, you know, once you get more experience, you could do it on the sides where the hair is longer. So you're going to want to have a texturizing shear, and then you're going to want to have a thinning shear or a blending shear, which there are different kinds. Some of them are 36 tooth, 40 tooth, but when there are a lot of teeth like this is what people are referring to when they say a blending shear or a thinning shear. And this is what they mean when they're talking about a texturizing shear. It doesn't matter which one of these shears you're using, you're gonna want to avoid bending your wrists so much, which is why the swivel would help, or keep in mind to always keep your arm up. So if you're cutting like that, sideways, you're always keeping your wrist straight. So that's a tip. You don't want to get carpal tunnel from cutting gears like this. You want to keep it straight, or get the swivel, which will allow you to keep your wrist straight and still cut. Remember, the more you practice with shears, you'll start to pick up some tips and tricks on when to use them, when not to use them, whether you want the hair dry or wet, which a lot of that they should have taught you in school, but you'll just definitely pick up a lot more knowledge when you're in a barbershop and constantly cutting, to knowing when to use them, when not to use them. So I would recommend just start using them all the time and learn for yourself. You know, you'll go picking up some tips and tricks along the way.